Every morning, at exactly 7 o'clock, an old man walked into the same quiet park. He carried a small bag, moved slowly with the help of a wooden cane, and sat on the same bench. But there was something unusual. He never sat alone. Across from him was an empty chair. For nearly an hour, he would quietly look at that chair without saying a word. People thought he had lost his mind. Some laughed. Others simply ignored him. One autumn morning, a curious 12-year-old boy finally gathered the courage to ask, "Sir, why do you come here every day and stare at that empty chair?" The old man smiled. His eyes filled with tears. Then he quietly replied, "Because that chair taught me the most painful lesson of my life." The boy sat beside him. The old man took a deep breath and began his story. "When I was young, everyone knew me as the kindest man in town. If someone needed money, I gave it. If someone needed food, I shared mine. If a neighbor needed help, I was always the first to arrive. Helping others made him happy. People praised him everywhere he went. They called him generous. They called him selfless. They called him a wonderful human being." Years passed. One day, his wife became seriously ill. The doctors said she needed expensive treatment immediately. For the first time in his life, the kind man needed help. He knocked on the doors of the same people he had helped for years. The first person said, "I'm sorry, this isn't a good time." The second never answered the phone. The third promised to help tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. One by one, every door closed. Every excuse sounded the same. That evening, he sat outside the hospital. There was only one empty chair beside him. He sat there for hours, watching people walk past. Waiting for someone. Anyone. No one came. His wife quietly passed away a few days later. The old man looked at the empty chair and whispered, "I spent my whole life giving people a place in my heart. But when I needed a place in theirs, there was only an empty chair." The boy's eyes filled with tears. After a long silence, he asked, "So, is kindness a mistake?" The old man gently shook his head. "No. Kindness is one of the greatest strengths a person can have. But I learned something too late. Being kind does not mean saying yes to everyone. It does not mean sacrificing yourself until nothing is left. Real kindness begins with self-respect. If you never protect your own heart, someone else will eventually break it." The boy remained silent. The wind softly moved the autumn leaves across the park. The old man stood up. He looked at the empty chair one last time. Then he smiled peacefully. Never stop being kind. But never let people mistake your kindness for weakness. The boy watched him slowly walk away. Years later, that little boy became a man. And every time someone tried to take advantage of his kindness, he remembered the old man, the empty chair, and the lesson that changed his life forever. Because kindness is beautiful. But kindness without boundaries often becomes silent suffering. The greatest act of kindness is respecting yourself while helping others.